I think normally
Our goal is to have people within the own community kind of, word of mouth, kind of spreading the goodness of the program and how it's helped them and been beneficial to them.
I think I would see her coming as a lawyer girl.
I see a doctor or either a pediatrician in her.
Or a nurse.
I just want to know if everything's all right.
The programs are really about stuff about where your child should be at a certain age. What we want to do is try to prepare our children to have the best success that they could possibly have in their lives. So that's what this whole Ages and Stages is about.
I have an older son, and when he was in school and early ages of school, that I think his educational development was slow, but not because of his level of intelligence, but because of the motivation and the extracurricular activities that we as parents we didn't push on them, as far as their educational development.
It's not really about how you raise them, it's really about what can you do to help your child out.
The process is very easy. Once they request a form, we'll send it to them within a couple of days. They fill it out. The form takes 30 minutes at the most, and basically it's all playtime with your kid. You get to throw the ball, you get to see if they can hop on one foot, you get to fall down when you're trying to teach them how to hop on one foot, stacking blocks and stuff like that. So it takes about a half an hour to do the actual questionnaire with the child, and then once that comes back to me, then they get a result within a week or 10 days.
Don't hold back on whatever you think your son needs. You need to help him because I'm like his first teacher. So if I'm his first teacher, I need to know what's going on with him.
I can't really sit here and depict a specific age that you should work with your child, but they say, if you read to them, if you communicate to them, talk to them with proper English, and you create the environment of something positive and something educational with them, then it may generate and carry on ultimately.
And it's most important to us that every child is ready to learn when they get to school. Because if you're ready when you get there, you've already got that head start that keeps you learning all the way through high school.
You can start now in getting your kids prepared to be academic excellers, to do well in school, to do well in the classroom, to be leaders, because when they have early childhood education development, then kids end up being leaders in their communities and in their neighborhoods.
He needs help on communication because he's not really talking as much as a 2-year-old would talk.
Hey Devin, say ball.
A lot of times the parents, they don't want to hear that, And at first when I was telling my daughter, like, look, Shariah's not on point, she's not moving around, she's not, my daughter's like, well, Mama, my baby's fine.
I have a son who is partially deaf, and he wasn't identified until 13 months of age, and he, because we were able to get him identified and get him hearing aids at such an early age, he is now 4 years old and very typical. And I know how important early intervention can be and how beneficial it is.
People who have like twitches and they go, oh, my grandfather used to have that same twitch or whatever, they're not really diagnosing the problem. So we're easy to just shrug it off like that. You know, we try to rationalize it as normal because we had that behavior, or somebody in our family had that behavior, so we try to make it seem like normal. But sometimes what we don't understand is it could be an obstacle to our development, truly.
Some people are just, they don't trust certain communities, certain programs, I think. I have, interact with someone like, oh, I'm not going to fill this out, and they might want something from me.
They probably think CPS or somebody's going to be on them if something's wrong with their child or something.
The perception of it might be too critical, that they would perceive it to be too critical. They would be guarded against it because they would think that it would lead to other things like the child protection services, or that people might be judging about the way they live or their economic status.
We're not connected with any of those. Our goal is to find these kids and connect them with services and making sure that the parents have every opportunity they have to help their children be successful.
Our number one concern would be the child's development. And if we can put ourselves in the place of the parent, in that we're just as concerned with them about their child's development.
It's very important that my mom, she lives with us, and it helps me out greatly. She's a tremendous help in my life because she helps me out with her, helps me, she taught me some stuff that I didn't know.
I got help from my mom. She helps me out a whole lot with my daughter. It did let me know where she was. The things that she was not on, I was trying to make her get there really quickly. Like, oh my gosh, she's not, where she needs to be.
There's a big difference. Every child develops at their own way and their own pace, and that's why there's a range of scores that are appropriate.
These questions I wished I had asked myself, or somebody had asked me when my kids were growing up, because there's a lot of tools and skills that if I had, my kids would have grown up a little bit better.
It seemed like when she got older, first she was a newborn, it wasn't no bad stuff. She was one of the good babies, and after she turned 1, it seemed like everything has changed. It seemed like she'd got worse since she turned 1, because now she's walking, she's getting into everything. You tell her something, she'll look at you like, are you talking to me? She'll shake her head, she'll say no, I'll stop, do her hand like it. She's a mess.
Let me tell you something, as quote unquote, a mother that has been there and done that, what she doing, she has to do. Because that's what they go through. They learn to walk and they're curious. And they're gonna get into everything. And they're gonna challenge you to make sure that you're paying attention to them. So it's not that she's bad, it's the fact she's being a child, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The Ages and Stages program is a great program. It helps identify kids early. Those kids that don't qualify for First Steps in the initial screenings with First Steps, they can come to us and we can make sure that they are making progress. We can give them activities for the specific areas that they're delayed in and help bring them up to their peers' levels.
So that's what this whole Ages and Stages is about, is just trying to make sure that you can provide your child with the best start that they can get.